Ameen in Ilford. Ameen, good evening.
Good evening. So my question is, last year I was on my honeymoon, booked a honeymoon through a travel agent, a very popular one, booked for Dubai. I'd never been to Dubai, so I needed advice. I wanted it to be on the Palm Beach. Gave the instructions on it on Palm Beach, and there was a hotel called the Waldorf Estonia. So the agent looked, we spoke for about 45 minutes, and she said, yep, I found one in Dubai. It is the Estonia, and she booked it. And it ended up being in Ras Al Khaimah. She actually mentioned that it was in Ras Al Khaimah, but I never knew what Ras Al Khaimah was. And
no, I don't either. Can you tell me?
Yeah, it's another area. It's like it's further than Abu Dhabi. So from Dubai to Abu Dhabi, it's like another whole town. So she, because they relied on that afterwards. But yeah, getting to the point, she said, "Oh, it's in Ras Al Khaimah, but it is in Dubai and it is on the beach, on the Palm Beach, which I wanted." So I said, "Okay, fine." Booked it, paid $5,500, and got the flight. Flew there, got landed, and got to the hotel, and they said, "Sorry, it's not this one. It's the same hotel, but it's in 2.5 hour drive away." Which meant I had, and this is on my honeymoon. And I had to hire a car because catching a cab there was ridiculously expensive. And if I came to see Dubai, it just didn't make sense catching a cab there and back every day. So I went and hired a car, drove to Ras Al Khaimah, got settled in. Then, the next day I had to drive to Dubai. And so it was quite an inconvenience. Tried getting hold of them. It took me about 2.5 days to get hold of them. Cost me a lot of money on my network.
Okay, I'm not challenging what you say, but I've just been Googling while you're speaking, and according to my Google search, Ras Al Khaimah is about an hour away, not 2.5 hours away.
By car, it took me about an hour and a half.
Okay, all right.
So, yeah, and but when I checked the distance, it was similar to from Dubai to Abu Dhabi, isn't it?
Yeah, okay.
So
let me just make sure I've... sorry, carry on with your story, but do get to the question.
Yeah. So that's the brief point. And then halfway through, they said they're going to listen to the phone calls, and said, okay, we'll give your money back from up to what the days you stayed. We'll deduct the days you stayed in this hotel, and we'll give you what's left, and you can book another hotel with what's left. But really, that left me in an even more difficult spot, because then I've had to book a hotel on the spot, which, isn't going to be this. You're not going to get the same deal, not the same price.
First of all, so was it a UK travel agency that you used? Please don't name them.
Yes.
Right. And was the hotel that you had in Ras Al Khaimah, was that in Palm Beach? Forgive me, I don't know the geography.
No.
Is Palm Beach long enough?
No.
So what the agent said to you is it's going to be in Ras Al Khaimah, so telling you it was a different town or city, but she also said to you, which was incorrect, that Ras Al Khaimah is part of Dubai.
Yes.
And part of Palm Beach.
Yes, so she confirmed that, it is in Dubai, and it is on the beach.
Fine.
But
Which
it's not Dubai.
It's clearly not Dubai. I've looked that up myself, yes. How many nights did you spend in Ras Al Khaimah?
2 nights, and on the third day, I spent travelling and packing again and going back. So 3 days was wasted.
And how long was your honeymoon? 2 weeks?
No, it was 10 days.
So effectively 3 out of 10 days were lost.
Yes.
Who was angrier, you or your wife?
I think because I was so angry, she saved it to get angry afterwards. She didn't really get angry at the time.
I do feel for you, because I can't even begin to imagine how this must have affected the two of you, because you were just looking forward to an amazing honeymoon and didn't get it.
Yeah.
Right. So you have a claim here against the agent. Of that, there is no doubt. They failed to use reasonable care and skill when booking your holiday. They misrepresented to you where the hotel was. There couldn't be a plainer example of a failure to use reasonable care and skill. You lost the benefit of 3 out of 10 days of your holiday. So effectively, if it's a £5,500 holiday, you lost 30% of that, which is in very broad, crude money terms, just under £2,000. Yeah. Was the hotel you ended up staying in as nice as the one you should have had?
No, and they offered other hotels, which technically they say was 5-star, and that one was 5-star, but it was nowhere near.
Yeah.
And then the budget that they gave back, you can't book something the next day. You're going to get you're going to get charged a lot more because you're trying to book it for the following day. So
yeah. Yeah.
With the money I'm getting back from them, I had to get another 5-star hotel, but it was nowhere near, and it wasn't really. It was nowhere
I understand. In fact, someone's just texted in. This is quite a good analogy. Ras Al Khaimah is not in Dubai, says someone. They haven't given their name. It's a different one of the United Arab Emirates. It's like telling a travel agent you want to go to England and being sent to Wales. It's literally a different state within the country. So you have a rock-solid claim here for failing to use reasonable care and skill against the travel agent. The issue is going to be how much money. Now, in recent years, the courts have been getting a bit stingy with the amount of money for holiday pay claims. So, for example, in a case where a brochure might say this is a 5-star hotel with 6 beautiful restaurants and 5 amazing pools, and it turns out to be a complete dump, in olden days, 10 plus years ago, you could have got several times the cost of the holiday back. Recent years, the courts have been saying, well, we're going to give you, in that sort of situation, half the cost of the holiday back. So they've gone a lot stingier. But I think for a honeymoon, you're going to be in a pretty good position here because you're going to have all the sympathy of the court. I reckon the amount of compensation you'd get back here, so you wouldn't get the full value back, but I reckon it would be very close to the full 5,500 you paid. Even though you were Neil's 3 of 10 days, it's going to be very close. I think you're looking at £4,500, £5,000 in compensation here. And you'll need to take them to the small claims court.
Right,
I think it's going to be a slam dunk case in terms of winning. The argument's going to be over how much money. I reckon, brilliant. As I say, you'll get 4,500, 5,000. Might be a little bit less, unlikely to be more.